All right, there we go. Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. We're gonna get into a Diddy topic today. There's a leaked phone call from jail that we're gonna go over with him and his son. I believe it was a visit. We're gonna talk about that more. But first, let's talk about this meal from my W sister, Chef Paris Ray. We have what is the Asian sauce tofu? Um, it's very good. Is that what it's called? It's like a. Is there a name for this one? This sauce?
What's your sauce?
Not really.
Join.
Oh gosh, not that one. It's Gugu Jorin. Oh my god, I was gonna say Asian sauce, but I say it right the first time. Gugu Jorin, Gugu Jorin tofu. It looks so amazing. It's probably spicy. I don't know. And then also we have some Asian slaw here. So we're gonna try to have some of that as we get into the situation. Now, usually for our topic videos, we usually I show you the screen and everything like that. This time we're gonna do something a little different. Because it is a leaked phone call, the only important part of this is the audio. So we're going to go through the audio of this situation together, you guys. So I have my backup phone right here. We're playing it, and this is coming from Sean Atwood, who I'd suggest you subscribe to. He's amazing. He's really breaking down these cases, really risking his channel. He's got his channel shut down before, which means he's a good channel, meaning that whenever they want to hide things, they try to shut your channels down. So he really is a warrior. He was in prison before, so he knows a lot about about what's going on in the prison, what happens in prison and everything. He's now sober, so he definitely is on a different life path, and now he's exposing a lot of these situations. So please follow Sean Atwood if you guys can. I subscribed to him already, but that's his name at the bottom right there, Sean Atwood. Yeah, I like the video. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna take a bite first, and then I'm gonna get into it. Today's poll. Today's poll says, should Diddy's son Christian be arrested? That's today's poll. Bro, do you fart? I know you do. No. Oh, it's very good. You like it, Mom? I'm sorry. Oh, it's very good. And some of this Asian stall too, and then we get into this. Very good. Huge gratitude to Chef Paris Ray. The Rock, I'm playing it custom with another stream. Oh wow, you're cheating on my stream, okay. All right. Somebody called me a fatty? A farty? Farty, man, okay. Interesting. All right, cool, let's go ahead and get into this topic. So he's gonna start playing the audio, and I'm gonna let you hear. Let me know if you hear this audio, okay?
First snippet. So, I'm
you guys hear it, okay?
This one, jail. Folks. Here we go. Yeah, this is the first snippet of the jail call between Diddy and his son.
But listen, do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone.
Now, how hypocritical is that, first of all? Let's pause right there, because I want to break this down. He's saying, do not entertain none of the nonsense that's going on in the media. Now, by the way, you'll hear in this call that this is from before he got denied his second bail hearing. It's before, because his son says in this, don't worry, Pops will be out on bail by tomorrow. So he didn't even know he was going to get denied. Diddy didn't seem promised about that part. There's a lot in this. These are some deep calls. Some people thought it may have been AI. We did a vote earlier. Y'all think it was real. I think it's definitely real. I know AI's gone far, but there's certain cadences in the voices, and there's, it's very loud in the background that you can hear, which, sounds like a recording that would happen in a face-to-face call. And there is companies that facilitate these calls, and a lot of times these companies have leaks. They pretty much sell these videos, and they have leaks. And so this is not This is not uncommon for this to happen.
Fine.
It is not uncommon. So let's go ahead and see.
Yeah, it just means all right. That's clearly whoever you're threatening, don't do it over the phone. Don't be stupid. Obviously, you can't talk like. See, I think these jail leaks were leaked on purpose to get a message out to the people. That
Can you hear the audio okay, you guys? Can you guys hear the audio? I want to make sure y'all can hear the audio okay. Let me put it up a little more. I don't know if the mic's on the top or the bottom. You said Diddy's the bad guy? All right. Can somebody let me know if they hear the audio? I'm going to play it again.
need to be quiet.
Hold on.
Yeah, because some people are claiming it's AI. Some are claiming.
How do you guys hear the audio? What level? Do you hear it okay or how does it
Well,
sound?
that's the problem.
It's something that just
with
came out.
nowadays, and this is something you just reminded me of when you said,
Yeah,
I don't think this
AI.
is AI, but you never know because it's getting so perfect, especially
You said
with
that it's
super
AI,
famous
unfortunately?
people. Not
No.
so much the sun, but
What are you talking about, Tyler?
you can AI Diddy's voice easily. And I've also seen recently all over TikTok and stuff, there's a lot of disinformation on this case, and they'll show people
We can hear? Okay.
embracing who are not, because there's these new apps like, do you have an old photo and you want to hug someone, which a bunch of perverts are just using to hug celebrities and make people kiss each other and stuff. And some people have taken that and they got like LeBron James making out with Kevin Hart or whatever, because AI can now create that, and that's going to be make it 10 times harder to investigate things when people have a financial incentive to just fake stuff for the clicks, for the temporary clicks, and stick it on TikTok, Twitter, or whatever. And you can absolutely do that now. You can make any two celebrities kiss. You can make any two people hug. I don't like this at all. AI is just, it's in the hands of perverts.
I do agree with that.
You can nudify people. It's crazy. And there's no regulations really yet.
Hardly any
It's getting
regulations
out
at
of
all.
hand. But I don't think this is, but I don't think it's stupid to say that, because it's very possible to fake this now with AI.
Yeah, I've heard it multiple times. There's actually these recordings. It really does not sound like AI to me. Like, it's once you hear more of it too, it's Diddy's cadence. It's the situation of this and the code words he's trying to use. Like, it's not giving AI to me. Like, I would almost bet money on that it's not AI. But yeah. I don't bet though. Monty said Diddy's bad guy. Thomas said, hey cutie. Combat, what's up with the Diddy talk? This Diddy language you're using. Okay, let's keep on going, you guys, to hear this.
So Kristen's put the point, they do say it's a recorded call, but I think AI could emulate that as well. Kristen, I don't think that
Easily.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next snippet then, and I think this is the pizza one.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all of the leftover pizza boxes. Now let's pause right there. And you hear in the background too. You hear like other prisoners yelling in the background. You hear like a loud environment. That's part of why I also don't believe that this is a fake video at all. Personally. And again, this is allegedly Diddy and Diddy's son, Christian Combs, talking about this. Most likely behind the window or maybe on a phone call. It could be either one. But this was intercepted and it was seemingly so. And the way it's chopped up makes me feel like the feds are already looking at this and they leaked it. Or like maybe, I don't know, it just seemed like something that it's already being investigated. Now, Combat said pizza boxes, yes. Now, if you know anything about the Jeffrey trials and things like that with people who are too young to be involved in terrible things, not that anybody should be involved in terrible things, but people who are way underage, they use a code word for pizza, which is very disturbing. So for him to say get rid of the pizza boxes, that can mean a lot of things. Some people say, oh, it means the evidence, like the tapes and stuff of these acts with the pizza. You know, like the under, like people who are not the right age. Or some people say the boxes could be the shipping containers that people have been talking about. To why there was a strike about the people who work at the shipping yards. Like it could be that. It could be because they said they heard kids in these boxes in those shipping containers. So it could be that. People think a lot of different things. I personally, I'm not sure, but I kind of feel like, is he really foolish enough to use the word pizza box or pizza anything when he's being accused of things with younger people? But this was before. I believe the second bail hearing was before the um the allegations of the younger people were there. Like there are people already were thinking that, but there wasn't any legal allegations yet at this time when this video was recorded. And also, even though a lot of us on the outside of the public would think like, oh yeah, like that's crazy to use that pizza reference, as a rich person like himself, rich people don't really live in our same world a lot of times. So they may not realize how much the public knows or sees. You know, what you doing, baby? They may not know how much the public actually, is aware of certain terminology. So he could just be naive to think that he can use the code word and people won't know. Like it's in the 1990s or something. People in the 1990s may not have known these code words. Like the pizza came out of the gate, if you know what I mean, not too long ago. So this could be something that he just did not realize. Trent says, "What did Jail's call say? The feds already got everything in the raid." Yeah, but this is something while he's in jail now. This is not about the raids. So let's keep listening.
Boxes is the key word there. I don't think pizza really matters. That's going to trigger
I don't
people
agree
with
with them.
Pizzagate and QAnon and all that stuff, but
I
you
don't
can
agree
ignore
with them.
that. Focus on boxes.
What's the significance of boxes?
So he's saying focus on the boxes. He's saying that pizza isn't the key word. We should focus on the boxes. I don't know about that part.
I think that's him telling his son to tie up loose ends.
He said he thinks it's him telling his son to tie up loose ends.
You
Let
can
me
say,
rewind
is
that.
that drugs? Is that, you can ignore that. Focus on boxes.
What's the significance of
Okay,
boxing?
hold on, you guys. Although, yes, the feds do have a lot in the raids already, that doesn't mean particularly that they have anything. Well, I mean that they. And this wouldn't have been gotten in the raids. This happened after he got arrested. You have to remember that. He's obviously in jail in this phone call. If this phone call is real, this is alleged because we're trying to get shut down.
I think that's him telling his son to tie up loose ends.
Right.
You could say, is that drugs? Is that sexual blackmail tapes? Is it this? Is it that? That is not something he would have to communicate. It is common sense. Get rid of all the drugs. Get rid of anything that can incriminate us.
True.
Duh. This is something else. I think he probably had a contingency plan, probably with Jay, that
Jay-Z.
it wasn't triggered, so he's having to have someone else implement it. This is his contingency for his contingency.
So Lisa's asking, where is it? Can AI be screened out or detected at all?
With pictures, it can. With audio, it's very difficult. If you are familiar with, it used to be a limited number of AI services, so you
That's
could
right,
go
Chocolate
and
Drop.
figure it out and like clone it. There's so many now. It's getting harder and harder. It's all going to be fake and gay soon. And especially with celebrities, you can, because their voice is everywhere. And it's very easy to fake.
All right. While we're playing,
And that'll help them too. They could just say, I didn't say that. That's AI. You'll be able to do that
That's the
as
scary
well.
part.
Thanks for that, Danny. All right, so
Pizza Hut
as
on
we
the
go
way.
over the calls and get Ryan's analysis, if you want to contribute to the conversation, if you've got
I really like
questions,
Pizza Hut.
please put them in the chat. We've got 2,000 watching live. And don't forget to go over to RY Liberty on Twitter, at RY Liberty. Ryan's deplatformed from everywhere else. So it's really important to support him where we can access him. Here we go. I'm going to finish this call because this was not finished.
So Chocolate Drop, rewind the video. We're talking about Diddy now. So rewind the video and I'll talk about everything I'm eating now, okay? So rewind the video from the beginning.
Left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
You know what? All the support him where we
So he
can
says it again. You hear
access
this?
him. Here we go. I'm going to finish this call because this was not finished.
You know what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
You know what?
So he says again, he like first Christian says, what? Like when he says get rid of the box, the pizza boxes. Then he said all the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Like he's very, very much getting rid like there's some boxes that need to be getting rid of, apparently. Again, him using pizza is very specific to me. Like I know that Sean is like, or this guy that Sean has on, he seems very intelligent. He was part of the Jeffrey cases as far as like he was researching them. But I really think he could have said any other kind of boxes. I just think that it is specific to the pizza that we think it is. That's what I think. He said it's too on the nail, but I'm like, Diddy's not the smartest person. You know, he wouldn't be in the situation if he was. But let's keep going.
All the boxes.
Twice in
Left
a row
over.
he said it.
Yeah.
So he has leftover from the pizza. All right. So
W Cam, thank you Cam for the $2 super chat. Stay blessed, young king. Thank you so much. You stay blessed as well, Cam G. What a blessing. Thank you so much. That's how we keep going, you guys. I really appreciate that amazing super chat. Very kind of you. W Cam G.
in the secret room, they would order a bunch of that stuff. Did we go over what that is last time? I don't remember. I've done too many shows on this. Anyway, they'd have a sort of party within a party, and they would have what was called the secret room, where they're getting high as a kite on all these things, muscle relaxers, ecstasy, can I say that? And the white and the pink. And they would bring in ex-workers. How do you say that?
Yeah, that's
guys
fine.
know what that means, yeah.
Ladies on
Yeah.
men of the night.
Right, escort type, yeah. And put them on tables, like their food or something. They're called flavors, party flavors instead of favors. And they would be drugged up as well. And you can figure out what happened from there. But anyway, he ordered like $65,000 worth of pizza and other types, and it was really, they weren't eating all that. It was just a way of moving money around for other things. So, but getting rid of those boxes. All the boxes, his son didn't even know what he was talking about. The what? When he said get rid of the leftover pizza boxes, the what? First of all, this is obviously code. 100%. They don't have pizza boxes months later laying around in his different properties. He's not talking about pizza boxes. Duh. And it took his son a minute. He says, all the boxes for the leftover pizza. Like as if, first of all, that would just be a pizza box. You don't need to put leftovers in another box. You just put them in the original box. That's code for something else. Now, if this call was leaked on purpose, as I think it was, this is something people in the know absolutely know what he's saying. And it's a way of him telling them to get in line.
That part. He said if this call was leaked on purpose, which he thinks it might have been. I kind of feel like it is too, in a way. I don't know. I feel like if you leaked it on purpose, you'd be a little more careful with it, especially with this case the way it is. But it could have been leaked on purpose to show people to get in line. That is possible. But if it was leaked on purpose, I don't think that his son Christian knew. I don't think he knew it was leaked on purpose. I gotta be honest. I don't think so. Um, let's keep going.
And his son said absolutely. He knows what it means after he mentioned boxes 3 times.
Wow.
His son is not
Right,
the
here's the next
smartest.
snippet, folks. Let's go to this. Let's see.
And notice, did he say that right after, don't do this on the phone? So don't do any of this on the phone, but get rid of those boxes.
Yep. But and remember, this is King Combs that he's talking to. Christian Combs, King Combs, the one that raps. I don't know what he's the king of. The king of idiocy. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he said King Combs. The music is terrible. Looks just like his dad. Should be in prison. I think he should be in prison with his dad. But we're gonna keep going.
Here we go.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Make sure we recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Again, that's definitely code. You don't need to tell your son, oh, by the way, I'm in jail. Don't forget to recycle all the plastics. Right? There's no way. Now, what else?
That's wild. That is wild. And these things seem very, like, mediocre. Like, notice how what he's saying, if it was on face value, let's say he really was talking about actual pizza boxes that were from Pizza Hut, and he was talking about getting rid of the pizza boxes. Let's just say that. And let's also say that for the plastics, he's saying, make sure you recycle, save the planet, make sure you recycle. Notice how focused he's saying these things. And later on, there's gonna be a point where Christian asks about his brother's car, and listen to how aggravated he gets about that. So he's talking about these things very calm and very focused, like, hey, get this handle. That's proving, because I would say pizza boxes or recycling bin or something isn't as serious as a car getting repossessed, a Bentley getting repossessed. And watch how he changes his tone for that later on. That's gonna be later on in this call. Very disturbing. What's up, Nami-san? Said hi. How are you doing? Everything okay? Everything's doing good. We're just talking about these Diddy leak calls right now. Trent says, I guess Diddy has nothing in his own name to protect the money. Well, you still see that he talks about that too. So you'll listen to that. You'll hear that soon.
It's plastic. It may have nothing to do with the word plastic. There's lots of things that are. But, again, people will probably assume, oh, yeah, he's talking about thumb drives or CDs or something, plastic. I don't think so. I think the guy that has most of the tapes, they just call him the producer, is what he's been called throughout. He's the producer. Mm-hmm. And that's not his son, but it's somebody his son would have contact with, but he can't do it through a phone. But recycling plastics is something they'd already coded ahead of time of things that he would need to do. And this is
that's wild. They already coded with the plastic mint ahead of time, so it may be harder to know what exactly he's talking about for that. But he even have to remind his son. His son's not even with the program. His son is not that sharp. Did you hear him? What they did, he's like, doggone it. This is what I have to rely on. This is, oh my God. Caleb said, I'm back. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you, Caleb Plays. Trent Bridges said they say J-Lo going down for this too. She might be on those tapes. She really might be on those tapes. And if she is on those tapes, I hope she go down, baby. Yo, street in that Range Rover, boom. No, she needs to go, not in the Range Rover. She needs to go to jail. If she's in those tapes too. Caleb said, what's up? We're talking about the Diddy situation. We're talking about the Diddy leaked calls from jail, alleged leaked calls from his jail, talking to his son, Christian Combs. King Christian Combs, who, is a rapper. And we're discussing, if these tapes are legit. So that's what we're going over right now. Let's keep going.
obviously instructions for more cleanup. Because what he'll probably want to know is, first off, A, did anybody talk? No, they're all being quiet. If they're all being quiet, then here's step B. Because if someone is talking, then you got to go put pressure on them, discredit them, defame them, leak something on them. You do that. But if all is good, but Jay hasn't done his role, then he needs his son to do something. And you discussed it before he went to jail.
If Jay hasn't done his role, meaning Jay-Z, then now his son has to kind of step in, who's a really bad second place in a rough situation like this. Caleb said, I'm going to add you when you're on. Hop on. Sounds good, Caleb. Sounds good. Preppy Girl said, my life is a living heck. Hell, I'm crying right now, says Preppy Girl. All right. Hope your life gets better. What's going on with you? All right, let's go on and keep going. Thank you again for the $2 cash, $2 from Cam for the super chat. That's so kind of you. Y'all can become a member by going in the, please like the video first, like the live, vote, and become a member by checking the description box. You can check the description and join our membership. Thank you so much. All right.
Someone in the comments is saying plastic is CDs with tapes on.
It's too on the nose to call something plastic, though.
You think,
Yeah.
Maybe. And he already would know to do that. You don't have to tell him that.
I don't know.
And someone's saying no one uses CDs anymore. All right, I'll go to the next one.
I don't know how much Christian Combs would know already. When you look at Christian Combs' brand, if you hear the diss track that he did toward the federal government, which was a ridiculous diss track saying they raided the wrong house. Who said that after you get raided? F the feds, because y'all raided the wrong house. We got another one next door. Like, what? What kind of op are you? You know? You're going to hear some more of what he says later on, which makes me think that this is definitely real, personally. It is out of control. Like, his son is like in his own mind. He thinks he's just a celebrity. He thinks all this is a movie. He doesn't realize his dad will never see freedom again. He'll never see his dad outside of a glass panel again. That's what I believe. Trent Briggs said, Diddy totally dissed his light-skinned son, LOL. Yeah, you'll hear that. You'll hear that soon. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't think that Justin is his son, to be honest. Based on if you see Misa Hinton's my baby's mother, but this guy named Wolf, I believe, who passed away, who I believe Diddy claims this son because I think Diddy has something to do with Wolf passing away. He looks just like Wolf. So I don't know. That's a whole different story. We won't go there right now, but that's a whole different thing. He doesn't look anything like Diddy. Justin Combs looks nothing like Diddy to me. Combat said, do you ever feel like your life has no meaning? Well, become a Mercuryan. That's right. Become Mercuryan and life will be better. Caleb says, you gonna go do live tomorrow? I sure will. I'll do Fortnite live tonight as well. All right, let's go. Let's keep going with this one.
View tab, let's go.
Yeah, be on thumb drives anyway.
I'll hear this part. Hold on, I'll go back.
All right, I'll go to the next one. View tab, let's go.
Yeah, be on thumb drives anyway.
Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Pop, he ghosting.
All right,
Y'all
that's
heard
Jay-Z.
that?
That means
Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Pops, he's ghosting. Nah, Pops, he ghosting. Did Jay reach out yet? And watch how he reacts to this.
he's not responding to any of my texts or ways of trying.
Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Pop, he ghosting.
All right, that's Jay-Z. That means he's not responding to any of my texts or ways of trying to get a hold of him. That's what ghosting means. Everybody knows that.
What about the theory of Justin Bieber?
Well, you notice he asked him about that person who a lot of people have pointed to as a cohort and a ringleader in this mess. Has he reached out? Because if one of us went in, the other one was supposed to do ABC, and he's ghosted me. So P. Diddy is going to get angry at that and go, okay, if they're going to behave like that, we'll see who laughs last. Because I got moves I can play, and he does. which I hope happens because the more the more they turn on each other, the better.
Yep.
Because this doesn't start and stop with P Diddy, as we discussed before.
That's the truth. The more they turn on each other, the better. The more people go down with the ship, the more of these criminals get out of the industry, and the more it shows an example for future people. Because let's be honest, even if they all go to jail, there's still a new generation to learn from this. They're still just evil in general, and they'll find a new way to organize. And they'll be even more unhinged. The way people are now, the way the new generation is, I'm terrified of the new age Diddy. People don't give a F anymore. Diddy cared enough to show face at least. Awful person, but at least he showed enough. He cared enough to pretend to be a good guy. These some of these people don't give a F. They're like, I'll put horns in my body. Like, look at little Uzi for putting a diamond on his forehead. You think he wouldn't put horns on his body? Some people do put like actual horns under the skin and do some real demon time stuff. And so that's not gonna end. But let's clean this swamp out, basically. Oh gee, what's up, Lindsay? How are you? Let's keep going.
With Clive Davis and the people that brought him in, and then which I hope happens because the more they turn on each other, the better. Because this doesn't start and stop with P Diddy, as we discussed before, with Clive Davis and the people that brought him in, and then the people above Clive Davis, like Edgar Bronfman, and then the people sideways from that who are on that Jeffries map. That's who really, really needs to go to prison. But I don't think they'll get much higher than Diddy and other celebrities types with Diddy. They will not get to the executive level of the kiddie ring, we'll just call it.
So Ryan, when I was busted,
He said they won't get to the executive level of the kiddie ring. I agree with that. I think this is a big show. I think it's guilty AF, but they're gonna make it seem like we got the bad guys, and yet there's people who don't even know their names who found the new dealer for their pizza. If you know what I mean. Very disturbing, and this is just more to appease the people, and also almost like how they did when picnics first started. If you guys know the history of picnics, it wasn't just let's lay a carpet down, let's lay a rug down, and let's eat some food, at the park and have a fun time together. No, it used to be like black people hanging from trees and you're eating under them, and as if they're pinatas. It was very disrespectful. Very much we don't give a F, showing an example of how low they felt about the black race or black. I don't even want to make it about race, but it is about race because the people who are going down, P Diddy and Jay-Z, that's what they're saying, are the first ones who really go down at this level. They are black, and the people who are at the top of this rank aren't black. I don't believe, and they don't mind letting the black guys go down for this. Should they go down? Yes, of course they should go down. I think they did terrible things, of course. But them going down is allegedly going to feed the thirst of the mob of people who's like, we don't like that this happened and we don't agree with this situation, we don't agree. But meanwhile, these people out there have new dealers. For all we know, they're probably getting their pizza through AI now. Maybe they don't need these people in the middle of the ground. They got too big-headed. Now they have a new way to get it. Robots replacing everybody. Why can't robot place Diddy? There's so many ways. There's just, especially with social media the way it's going. You know how many kids get abducted from social media messages that they follow, that they message somebody. Be careful on your social media. Be careful on your DMs. There's so many scams. People will message you things, tell you to meet up somewhere, do this, do that, end up gone and missing, never see your family again. It's real things that are happening. So for all we know, they could be getting their people that way now. They're like, we don't need you, P Diddy. We can get our own pizza now. This is dark. But let's keep going. How do we feel about the Diddy situation? I feel like I said, that he is awful, but there's worse people too. And I'm glad he's going down. I hope he rats a lot of people out and still gets life in prison. I said he touched Rock Lindsay. What? So there were 30 people in it. 30 people in what? You got second place? Oh, 30 people in the custom. Okay. A lot of people going down. I hope so. Caleb says, I don't have a mic, so we are going to have to talk in chat. Do you have Discord? Make sure you download Discord and join our server. Cena says, hello, brother. Hello, Cena. Lindsay said, his son shouldn't be arrested. It's most likely not his fault. His dad was a terrible influence. He needs therapy for mental asylum. I don't know. His son's like 27 years old. The other son is 30. They, if the allegations are true, they were actively in these criminal activities, and I feel like nothing wrong with them going to prison too. Especially with how egotistical they are on all of this, like thinking they can get away with all this stuff. And also, by the way, don't forget that Christian Combs, who I mentioned down there, he has his own case against him from a woman who works on yachts. That was her career. She loved working on yachts. She was a beautiful woman, a girl with woman. I won't say woman because she wasn't a girl. She wasn't. She was underage. She wasn't underage. She was harassed and assaulted on that yacht, according to her. You know, she has details and there's pictures and video from the little Rob, who is the original after Cassie of suing Diddy. He was there too for that. He said alleged, very alleged, yeah. But these are real court documents that that list Diddy and Christian Combs. But Christian Combs was the main person who attacked her, according to her. Cena said, jokes aside, Diddy and everyone involved should get the ultimate punishment. Sorry, English not my first language. All good, I feel you. I agree. Zach says, heck, hell no, lock up the sons, yeah. Lock up, I said, all the kids transport pizza. I mean, think about it too. Like, aren't you more likely to go with his young sons than to his Diddy's old, decrepit self, you know? Like, aren't you more likely to think that they're somebody who's cool and popping, whatever, that you'll be trust more? Then you get effed up by them too. I've seen it said brother off course. He's mentally ill. Caleb says I can't download Discord. My parents don't let me. Okay, gotcha, Caleb. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay, when we play. Maybe you just have to hear me through game chat. What did you say before? How you want to talk on? So we're gonna have to talk in chat. Okay, you'll just write in YouTube. I have all my chats up during the live stream. So if you join the squad, we'll be able to hear what you're read what you're saying. It might be hard to play and write, but I'll be able to read it right in time. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going.
All the friends from the illegal activity community ghosted me because they didn't want to be associated with me. But people who hadn't done crimes maintained contact. So if Jay's ghosting, does that mean Jay's got something to worry about?
Now he's saying that when he was in jail, all the people who were doing illegal stuff with him, they ghosted. But the people who were solid and just real people in his life, they stay consistent. So he's basically saying is Jay presumed guilty by distancing himself from his best friend? Remember, Jay-Z was considered his best friend, brother, everything. The only person in the world that can call him Sean outside of his mother, Janice Bad Wig Combs. Janice Crunchy, Dusty, Party City Wig Combs. Yeah, like this is kind of rough to not be saying anything.
Well, look at all the people who erased their Twitter accounts completely. Oh, it got hacked. As soon as the Diddy stuff hit the fan, you had some pretty large celebrities, especially in the music industry, completely wipe their account.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's no reason to do that unless you're afraid of associations being made by people going through your Twitter feed and deducing where you were and what you were doing. You know, and they know how bad it looks.
There's a lot of people who did that, including Usher and Pink and some other people too. Their whole account was flushed. And they said, oh, I got hacked. Really? 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 You know? And certain posts were deleted after it came back. All after this arrest happened. So is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Mm-hmm. Combat says, can I join? Join what? Oh, join the Fortnite? Okay. Happy Girl said, OMG, you guys are be obsessed with Diddy. No, this is a case that's going on right now. We're not obsessed with anything. We're discussing news topics, hot topics that are happening right now. Very dark situations. This is real. What else is more deeper than this right now? Zach says, what does Paris think of Janice's wig style? That's what she thinks. You heard her cough? I don't even know if she's seen Janice's wig. But, yeah. Preppy Girl said, your hair looks good today. Good job making it nice. Thank you, Preppy Girl. Oh my God, that's so sweet of you. You look better than Janice Combs' dusty, crusty wig. I hope so. Okay, Cena said, we all knew that Hollywood is evil and bad, but these stories and ish is wild for real. Hope USA gets better in any situation, but I don't have hope too much because the whole country based on capitalism. Okay, I don't think I hear you, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you. No comment on that. I think you're. I know. I'm just kidding. Okay, gotcha, Preppy Girl. Cena says, like money and success is more important than anything, and everything and everyone actually like P Diddy situations. And everyone exactly like yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we did praise him for his richness. He always puts, I'm a billionaire in front of everything. He doesn't care if he's a good person. Okay, let's keep going, y'all.
But they're like, that's
Thank
better
you,
than
Preppy Girl.
going to jail. Even if everyone knows, oh, why'd you erase your account? That's sus as hell. Better than them knowing exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about it, these celebrities, they have huge accounts on X, millions of followers, and they just got rid of them. These attention whores are getting rid of their X accounts. Why?
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people that did that. They needed to erase it.
Very suspicious. Let me finish this snippet then.
It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
I'll play that again in its entirety because it was a bit unclear.
Here this.
Reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
So he says, did Jay reach out yet? I know it's rough because they're in. This is a recorded call in a loud jail, allegedly. So did Jay get out yet? He said no. He ghosting. What are these MFers doing? They're acting all weird. I believe he said that they're acting funny, whatever. While just because I'm in here, basically. And then let me see what else.
All right, so this is.
Oh, they tweaking out because I'm in here.
Good. You about to get out on bail.
And then his son said it's all good. Christian Combs said it's all good. You about to get out on bail. They didn't realize he about to get denied for the second time. Honestly, this might be the first time that he gets denied bail. This might have been the first time. Because he sounds so confident, like it's all good, Dad. You better get out on bail. That's too confident because if he already got denied bail the first time, then he would be like, hopefully get out of bail on the second time. Like this, he just sounds way too confident. Like, it's all good. We get out of everything. We get out of every criminal. We get out of everything. It feels like this may have been the first time he got denied, but right before the first time he got denied. So, and also he's telling him to get all these loose ends tied up and get all the pizza boxes figured out. I would think that would happen during the first bail attempt, which happened recently, right after he got arrested. It's been a month since he's been in prison, by the way. Diddy said it's a beautiful right? Beautiful night? Yeah. Pepper said yes, Chris. Yes, it is. Cena said is in the West world, it's more about achievements of outside of ourselves, but in the East, books and philosophy says achieve greatness inside out. Sorry, inside, but personally, I think we should have a balance of both in the end. Okay, balance is important. Let's keep going.
All right, so this is before he was denied bail the final time. It sounded like he said, what are these MFers doing?
I think it's the first time.
And somebody bleeped the F word for some reason.
Yeah, why did they bleep
And
that?
it sounded like he said they were going to be tweaking because I'm in here.
Why would they bleep that unless this is from the feds and they took this and this is now part of the evidence since he's in jail and they're going to use this against him for his third bail attempt? You know, why would they bleep that part out unless it's getting prepared to be heard by jury or heard by the judge? You know, like a lot of vulgar languages aren't supposed to be out there. But I feel like there's other cursing in this, so I don't know. Let's keep going.
So they're worried that he's going to squeal on them. That's what it sounded like he said. It was hard to see. I see this Jay-Z probably set him up in the first place. There's no reason to bring heat on yourself. If Jay-Z knows that Diddy has all this on him too, like, why bring attention to yourself? He just ghosted him like, sorry, I never knew you. It's unlikely that a cohort in your crime is going to set you up when they could just do nothing and you're both fine. There's no gain in it.
Franz is asking, could Jamie Foxx have set up the...
But allegedly, Jay-Z loves setting people up. You know, he wants to be the top dog. And even though, according to Kim Porter's book, which may or may not be real, Jay-Z and Diddy have had, you know, shared the same bed multiple times, allegedly. So we don't know. We don't know, like, what's gone wrong in their friendship, their brotherhood. You know, he was really under the hood of his brother, apparently.
Fiddler?
Jamie Foxx had a really bad medical problem and was out of it. So I don't know how. I don't think it had anything to do with Jamie Foxx, although he would have the motive. Some people think he was poisoned. I think this got put out because of the lawsuits, because of Cassie, and then mostly because of Rodney Jones, who came with receipts.
Cena said, brother, who is the tape? Who is the tape and what is it about? I came to the live a bit late, just trying to figure out the fit in the convo. Oh, this is P. Diddy talking to his son, Christian Combs, allegedly, from prison. So, yeah. Or jail.
Got still photos, audio. He has it all. That's what's going to be Diddy's undoing. The Diddy's probably smart enough, or the people around him are smart enough to say, hey, let's get everything out of your name. Because you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing all these illegal things. So when they come after you, you don't want the empire to fall. You don't want the money and the properties to go away. So he would be spreading that around to put things in other people's names, but it's still understood this really is. If that's what organized crime would do. And he definitely is swimming in those circles, so I would suspect.
I hope they still get everything, even if it's in different names. Caleb, I'll be playing a little bit later on tonight. After my nephew goes to sleep, I'll be playing. So yeah, don't. Hopefully you'll be on, but it'll be a little later on. Mocha is cute. Said, "What's good? What's up?" Cena said, "Okay, thanks you, bro. No problem, Cena. Thank you for being here. You guys, make sure you like the live and please vote."
That's going on as well.
All right, we've got 3,500 watching live across all platforms right now. Please support Ryan at RY Liberty on Twitter. Check out his shop.
Probably in 2 hours.
Crazy stuff, and I'm going to be repurchasing my Epstein map when I get off this live. All right, we're going to go to the next. I'm going to go to the next one.
Everybody out there quiet as more. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
That's almost what I just...
He said, everybody out there is quiet as a mother effer, huh? Yeah. And it sounds like, yeah, we're going to let them have a little fun, but I'm still going to have the last laugh. That's what he says. I wonder what he thinks he has on them. Like, when he says he has the last laugh, doesn't mean he has freedom. He may have the last laugh, but does that mean taking everything down, blowing the whole thing up? Like, I don't feel that he feels like freedom is on the way for him.
He said they're out there quiet as a MFer. And then it sounded like he said, and he's saying we, not I. We gonna let them have, but that's how he talks. But we're gonna let them have their fun. But I'll have the last laugh. Is that what he said?
Yeah, let's just play that one. Let's hear that one again. Yeah, 1 second. View tab. Here we go.
Everybody out there quiet as more. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
Y'all heard
That's
that?
what everybody out there is quiet as an MFer. Quiet as a motherfucker. Aren't they? Yeah, exactly. He says, like, that's right. Now, think about, that's something a guilty man asks about. Everyone out there is quiet as an MFer. Quiet about what? If you didn't do anything. You know, like, he's just making sure they're being quiet about my crimes and their crimes. Yeah, exactly. We'll let them have their little fun, but I'm going to have the last laugh. So he's saying, Yeah, they think there's something because I'm in jail and they're not, but I've got a contingency.
So, right, when people are facing big sentences, they often cling to false hopes. And
This is a
there's
good
like
point
a
right here.
complacency here. It sounds like he thinks he's got things under control. He's going to have the last laugh. Do you think that's all just a pipe dream in his mind?
It could be. He sounds pretty confident, though. And he is giving coded instructions to his
He does
son
sound
to
confident.
do something. It would be something else if all of that was just to make it appear like he has a play on the board when he doesn't at all.
That's possible too. That's possible. He could be holding on to some kind of hope just to survive in this situation because he's so used to being on top. But I wonder what this last laugh is about. And I'm very curious. Cena says, guys, can P. Diddy that have too much influence and money get out of jail for paying corrupt person in charge? Sorry for bad English. Anything's possible, but we haven't seen anybody get out of a situation this dark before. So we'll see. Combat says Beyonce and Jay-Z better have them foster letters ready. Foster letter? What's that? What's a foster letter?
His son would say, "What are you talking about?" or whatever. But no, these people are quiet and they are erasing their Twitter accounts. I think that did happen. So what he's saying isn't totally false hope, or at least there's some evidence to show that, well, all these people we know who are in his inner circle haven't said a word. Which, why would they if there's an ongoing court case? But they're not going to say a word publicly. They may have said something to a lawyer or something we don't know.
Oh, you saying Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids are gonna be in the system? No, they have Tina Knowles. They have Solange Knowles, and even in this live stream later on, they ask him if Beyonce's gonna go down with the ship. He thinks she's too big to lose. Maybe her, but I think Jay-Z will go down. But I don't know. I think that she might go down too. I don't think anybody's too big to lose. People want to see you shine and then fall and crumble. Especially if you deserve it. So let's see.
It's very hard for celebrities to be able to do anything without leaking and going everywhere. That's the problem. So they have to be super still on that. But yeah, what he's saying does pan out. They're all being quiet, aren't they? Yes, they are. And beyond that, a lot of them erase their paper trails. That's the thing. That's really damning. And it wasn't just one or two people. Look at all these people that erased their accounts. You guys, there was so much on there, they couldn't pick out the ones they needed to get rid of. So they said, tank it all. And they needed to tank it all because they figured authorities are already going to look and be going through and using that as evidence against them. So they erased it. So he definitely knows, and that they know that he knows. So I don't think it's just false hope. But you are 100% right that when people are facing big sentences, especially when you go from billionaire to, sleeping with the cockroaches, that you think, oh, I'll get out. Like even Maxwell thought any day, they'll reverse this because they had gotten away with it before. They got a sweetheart deal, they got immunity, and she's like, I know the Rothschilds. They think, no, I'm too big. I can't do that. They can't keep me here. Well, yes, they can. And all your friends, all this people preach about loyalty and stuff, they're gone.
Gone with the wind. All your fake friends.
It was never there. You can never trust an addict. It's like rule 1, never trust an addict. And all his friends are addicts.
Yeah, there's going to be no loyalty there, especially when big sentences are dangled. Michael's wondering, can recycling the plastic be moving the assets around?
Possibly. Let's go. Said it's a quote. Cena said it's a quote that says the spider net rules and regulations only work for small insects and creatures. Not strong and powerful people will break the net. Rust and Piss Diddler. That's right. W. Cena. I agree with everything you said. I love that. I love the way you put that. Love the way you put that, you guys. Cena. Y'all please like the live and please comment and please consider subscribing and becoming a member.
Could be. How old is his oldest son?
30.
He's got 7 kids. I'd like to see that.
Quincy,
like see how confident he is
older, I believe,
to
33.
do such a thing.
Quincy 33.
Normally that would be in the hands of somebody in his legal team
We did that
to
yesterday.
do that more than his son. This is something else. Like, I think this is a veiled threat to those out there to stay quiet. And that's what he's saying. Like, we got to recycle the plastic. You know, keep it going. That was something else recycle could mean. What we know for sure is 100% this is coded language. And he knows he's on a jail phone. I mean, he can't come out right with it.
He
You
said,
can't
"I
outright
like
threaten
it.
somebody
Keep up
either. You know,
the
you
good
can't be
work,
like, do
love,
it
and
or
peace
else.
from Iran." Thank you,
Unless you
Cena.
belong to that country we're not allowed to talk about. They did that
Cena.
yesterday. They got on Piers Morgan and said,
Thank you so
you know,
much.
U.S. politicians will fall unless they step in line. Unless you're part of that group, you can't get away with threats like that. But that is his only play. Think about it. Keep them quiet. Get rid of it.
Cena says, "I hope every human being the best." You as well, Cena. You absolutely as well. Thank you so much for your support, Cena. And they're right. Like, there's certain people who feel like they can't go down with it. He's talking right now about a different country, you know, the Star of David country. That's what he's saying now. You can't even talk about it anymore without getting censored. And that's real talk. That is real talk right there. I think I may have some. I was gonna do a roast, like a pot roast sandwich, but I think I'm just gonna have some of my sister's zucchini bread and toast that, and have that maybe with this sparkling water. As I listen to the rest of this with you guys. Let's keep hearing this though. Let's keep listening. Y'all keep listening. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna get this zucchini bread real quick. So play King Cobra pasta video. What the heck is that? Said that's sad, bro. Yeah.
Evidence, put pressure on the hush money for the victims and pressure on the cohorts. Those are the only plays he has. So pick one of those because that's the only things he could be talking about.
Shannon saying, I actually want him to have the last laugh to get to his co-conspirators. Ooh.
In a dark way, I also hope, the more they turn on each other, the better. Because he's already in jail. And he's already going to be in jail for beating the crap out of his wife. So, you know, that's on film. It's undeniable what he did. The more he can bring down of these Hollywood tycoons, the better. I just wish it went up instead of sideways and down.
That's a good point. And he's talking about Cassie, not his wife. He never was married. He may. Let me sit down with this. He may have been married, maybe married right now, to the mother of baby Love, who is the youngest daughter. So I know censorship so well. Trust me. That's that. Yeah, you're being censored. Yeah, in Iran, I'm sure you get censored a lot there. But yeah, so to talk about the video of him beating Cassie, which, by the way, he's trying to get that thrown out. He's trying to get it to where the government has to pay for leaking that video, even though they said they didn't leak it. And that's not going to work, obviously. Like, public perception immediately was over for him after that video came out, and then he did that terrible apology video, which is crazy, too. How are you going to ask the government not to use that court, like say that video is going to cause you to not have a fair trial, but you apologize for that video. So you can't say it didn't exist in court if you apologize for that video. It's real. The worst apology ever, but you acknowledged it. You know, which he had to do. What was he going to do? Say, it's AI video. Like, no. It's exactly what she alleged happened, was that you beat the F out of her in a hotel hallway, and now we have it on camera. And you said she was lying, and now we know she wasn't. You know, it's very much like dark. So let's keep going.
I wish he'd go after like Evie.
Oh wait,
I wish he'd go.
But the other part is saying that he's disappointed that the people who are going down with him are just like the sideways and downwards. Like he wants to go up. He wants people. He rather Diddy rat out people who are above him. Because all the sideways and people are like, it's not going to help them much. Like, it's something, it's good, but it's like not enough. Like, they should go down too, but we need more of the upward motion of the criminals to know who's on top of the situation. Zach says, Puff Daddy in the chat. No, Puff Daddy's not in the chat. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep this going.
After Clive, I wish he'd go after Lucian's and all these guys, all these
Lucien.
top level
Lucien
people.
Grange.
but I don't think it'll ever get there, much less to the Bronfman and all that. They control too much.
Christine is saying, look what they did to Gotti. They took his lawyer away, then they get you on the RICO Act, and you're done.
Well, John Gotti was pretty mouthy and stupid. He loved the camera. And I think your friend, Michael Francine, would tell you, like, what are you doing? Like, it's called the underworld for a reason. And Gotti, yeah, I mean, she's right. But I just pointing out that a lot of what happened to Gotti, he did it himself. By hogging all the attention. He wanted to be Capone
Joe
or whatever.
Gotti,
And he was
or
not
Gotti,
the top earner at all. He wasn't it's not structured the way people think from watching Hollywood.
Pride goeth before the fall. The most prideful fall the most. They're like braggadocious, you know. That's why people think victory is happening when these people go down. Like everybody wants them to go down, but it's a show. Like yeah, it's real, but it's like also a show because the real people aren't going down. They're just finding a new dealer. I don't know if it's in this video or the last video we talked about. The worst thing that P. Diddy could have done was to sue the company of his De Leon alcohol or Ciroc. Suing them was the worst thing you can do. That company was it's such a huge company, and they don't mind teaching an N-word, a lesson or two, you know, about coming for them for discrimination or whatever. And this all happened after that. Like, they all do these crimes, but the ones who go down are the ones who got the wrong person effed up, you know? And he had to quietly settle that whole situation and dip out of there, separate from the company. Who knows what he got in return, if he got any money in return for that. Was he right about the discrimination? Possibly, but you can't sue for discrimination when you're attacking people and you have dirty skeletons in your own closet. Cena says, seriously, what if there was no government and country, just humans living along each other, no wars and BS, just peace and love? Maybe power of evil and darkness is higher for our people like it. I agree with you, Cena. I totally do. It breaks my heart that my country and your country are right now pitted to go to war with each other. They're kind of already in war with each other. And that's so heartbreaking because us as civilians, we're over here talking and having great dialogue about life and about the bigger picture of life. And yet these governments that own us in a way, you know, they're trying to pit us against each other as if we're enemies. And Cena, you're not my enemy. You know, your friends are my enemy. Like, we're not, like, what is this that's going on? This is so heartbreaking to see this. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, let's keep going.
But yeah, he did a lot of that to himself. The real smart criminals, the real movers and shakers, you don't know them. You don't know their name, and they don't want any attention. That's the smart ones.
Mm-hmm.
The Gotti types usually end up in jail.
Yeah.
All right, next clip. There we go. Let me go to this.
But all these lawsuits don't bother. Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. But you're money hungry.
I'll go over it slowly.
But all these lawsuits don't bother. Ain't none of them getting shit.
So what about all the lawsuits, Pop? Ain't none of them?
Why would his son ask him that on a jail phone?
Outrageous to ask that. That's exactly
Did the
what I'm
cop
thinking.
tell him what to say? What about all these lawsuits,
join the
Pop?
party.
You
Okay,
don't
so-
ask that on a jail phone, dummy.
Yeah.
But he said, well, maybe he's just dumb. But anyway, his answer is they ain't got shit, which could be hope because they definitely do. And he said he's not worth nothing in my name. Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more time. I'm sorry.
Worthless or something. Hey, Chip, thank you for the 50 super chats in the last month. That is amazing.
50 super chats. This is
And
awesome.
we are going to get onto Leslie Wexner because there's a case in the UK that just broke. Mike Jeffries, who is linked.
Yeah, Abercrombie.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're talking about the Abercrombie situation tomorrow. So what he just said was, Christian Combs said, "What about these lawsuits, Pops?" Basically that. It said, don't give a F about those lawsuits. They ain't gonna get nothing anyways. I'm not worth anything. Basically, his money's allocated other places. You know, probably signed under Justin, Christian, his mom. Apparently, his mom has a lot of the things signed under her crunchy wig. There is a very darkness about this part of it, because listen to how his voice changes in it. He's not saying like I'm innocent from all these losses, I'm innocent. It's not giving I'm innocent, it's giving they ain't getting nothing. That's assuming that they're gonna win. That's assuming that these people are right about what they're saying, and the fact that his son is not even really surprised or shocked by this, meaning that his son has seen him do these terrible things and maybe done these things himself. It doesn't seem very shocking to him. Very disturbing. Um, this part really threw me. I'm like, oh wow, like, whew. Like he didn't even deny, like, oh, they're. He said that they're money hungry, but are they? Are you guilty or not? That's the question. Cena said, "I'm not represent those ideologies, brother. Nor most people I know. Love you, brother. We all sons of Adam and humans." I so feel you, Cena. It breaks my heart. War in the world breaks my heart. All these innocent people passing. Like I can't even. Like it's this. This world is so wicked. So often. Zach says, "Imagine Diddy takes down Beyonce. He could. They're apparently just videos. So let's go ahead and keep playing. Get my
Probably.
bread out.
You know who
We'll get
models
to
for
that.
them? Ashton Kutcher.
No!
Rainbow Frogs knows Leslie Wexner. Yeah,
No.
Rainbow Frogs is my crew. Oh yeah, it's one big happy family there at LL Brands. That's I remember hearing that from Wendy Miller from about Victoria's Secret a long time ago. But anyway, before we get to that, I want to hear this clip again.
Yeah,
Just
let's
to,
finish this one. I'll start at the beginning again.
King
Oh, here we
bread.
go.
Bought all these lawsuits though, but ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. Bunch of money hungry. Bought all these.
I ain't worth nothing. I ain't got beep in my name anyway. Just a bunch of money hungry mofos.
Wow.
right, a bunch of money hungry Pelosi's.
Wow.
Nancy Pelosi is a house fell on her sister, if you know what I'm saying. Wizard of Oz reference. Yeah, and that, he's not completely wrong in this, and I am not defending P. Diddy, but in any of these high-profile cases, like when Busby says he's got 120 victims, say no, maybe you have 120 accusers, not 120 victims. That's a nice round number. That's already sus. Once people know,
That is a good point. The nice round number makes it suspicious already. I don't. When it comes to these situations, even with 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I don't like that round number. It's like sounds sketchy. With the lawyer having 120 cases to file against him, that's. I mean, he could just be rounding up or rounding down. I don't know, but it's 120, not 127, 122, 100. Like it's that round number is kind of sketch. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about that too, but that doesn't mean that all these cases aren't accurate. Maybe he just only had enough resources to do 120 cases at this moment. But he has more people who have been calling in, so he did say it's open and maybe more cases coming through. But maybe there's something special about that number 120. Maybe there's something symbiotic about that amount of cases that are coming against him.
Smell blood in the water. So anybody that's ever met him is going to be like, oh, yeah, me too. Because they do. There are people who will just try to get money out of somebody when they say kick them when they're down. That does.
The people do want to kick you down, that's for sure. But, I mean, it seems like Diddy kicked them first. Zach said Diddy must have not heard the call recorded for quality assurance part of the call. It keeps playing. It keeps on playing that this has been recorded like this, and he's in a jail. He knows everything's being recorded in this jail. That's what makes me think that this is on purpose in a way, but then also like, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going back and forth if he knows that this is gonna get out like this. I don't think, maybe he may not know that this is gonna get sold. Cena said every bad human being, when they're in their last moments, even they're so egocentric and says BS. But as we learn from history, it's end of Diddler and hope it last of his kind. It won't be the last of his kind, but it is the end of him, I hope. There's people going to be even more evil, I think, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but people are already in the realms. I mean, we have People are even saying that Drake is a new Diddy. Like, I don't know if that's true, but people are saying all kind of things.
I mean, there aren't authentic victims. It's just in these type of cases, especially with celebrities, once the news comes out, then you get flooded with all these false stories and false accusers and everybody trying to get money. And nowadays, in addition to that, all these people trying to get attention on social media. So they're saying all this crazy stuff. And they've gone all the way back to the like Tupac and Biggie murders and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, I've actually been investigating this long before he went to jail. I remember telling Andrew Tate about it about a year ago. I said, can you wait till the other shoe drops on this?
Wow.
I'm letting people know so they can verify later, like, yeah, Ryan was on top of that a long time ago. But I don't come out with the information I have because this is exactly what happens. If I start blasting that on Twitter while I'm looking into it, then the smoke screen of disinformation comes with all the false accusers and made up stories and stuff. It makes my job 100 times harder. So I just quietly dig in and talk to their friends, how the normal investigation without saying anything. But now that it's out, I have seen the explosion of stuff on there, like Oprah's got a tunnel to this and that. It's just whatever. It's like, wow. It's not all 100% wrong. They're getting some of the names right and stuff, but there's such an incentive of chasing money and getting attention on social media, and then people who saw that and they're just repeating it. And they're not after any of that, but they think it's true, but it isn't the same. So it makes it hard. So some of the people who are suing him probably are just after money, and that's why he says it's just a bunch of money grubbing Pelosi's or whatever. But it isn't just that, and we know because Jones's lawsuit has receipts. He's got still photos from the video, Meek Mill's audio, and the rest of it. It's way too much for this all to be just people trying to milk a celebrity. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not all fire, but there's plenty there. And this is huge. This case, people think it's a distraction from what's going on in the Middle East and Ukraine. And no, these are just separate things. You don't have to be one or the other. I definitely cover all those other things too. This is big. The casting couch. I mean, Clive Davis is a massive. He's a bisexual Zionist, and he is a huge supporter of foreign country A. And
And Clive Davis was Diddy's main mentor, a monster. I read his book when I was a few years ago. I read his whole book, Clive Davis, before I knew he was a monster. Very interesting how he talked about himself. It's crazy that people pitch themselves when they're evil, try to make themselves seem like they're a hero. Stina says, with great power and money comes corruption, sadly. I agree, but I hope the USA will not be in downfall like they say down of Rome. I know that it's scary. I hope not too.
What they're
for the
doing.
sake of my nephew and
he is tied to the who's who, including Bronfman and Wexner, as you just brought up, and that web's up on my door. I mean, we had Sean and I covered 9.5 hours on the Jeffrey case, and I did new stuff every time I came on. We didn't repeat. I didn't
his accounts got shut down for covering the Jeffrey situation, the Jeffrey Island. He was not on the nose. They took his account. He didn't get any strikes. Usually YouTube gives you a few strikes. They took the whole thing down. Whole site, the whole account down. Cena said, brother, what this podcast, it's a lot of good wisdom and knowledge you're spreading. Thank you so much, Cena. Make sure you guys follow this page as well. This is Sean Atwood. Sean Atwood. Make sure you follow him, please. Subscribe.
Recap, just go and here's more because it's such a big story. Been following it for, at that time, about 13 years, and I was dying to say something to somebody and get out, because there's a lot of BS on that too. Like Stephen Hawkins the Stephen Hawkins reference was just Jeffrey being sarcastic to Maxwell, saying, oh, they're saying this in an email, which is ridiculous because the guy was basically paralyzed in a chair, so he was making that as like a snide thing, like, and people ran with it as if he was sitting there in his chair on the island or something. That's the kind of stuff, the disinformation they're putting out, and there's a lot of disinfo in this too.
That's
That
interesting.
Ben did not leave J-Lo because of the Diddy case. She left him. Go look it up. Like, there's too much BS for me to dunk on. I'm just letting you know, when you
So
hear
you're saying that
things,
Ben did not leave J-Lo because of Diddy
check.
situation, that J-Lo left Ben. I go back and forth on that, but I guess, if he believes that, then I would like to look into that more. But I did think that Ben left J-Lo, but also Ben is a mess. He's a disaster. So I would hope for her sake, and she did divorce on the day of the anniversary, but also they were seen after kissing after the divorce was announced. It's been a mess. Ben and J-Lo are a mess. I do hope that J-Lo is going down with Diddy, because I do feel like she was involved in a lot of things.
Instead of just going with it all the time, check and see if that pans out. And a lot of times it doesn't.
So Fifi's saying it would be a friend's account. It's a good time to go through recovering all of Diddy's money. But don't you think, Ryan, that he's seen this coming and he would have ghosted as many of his assets as possible?
You'd be surprised how stupid and arrogant some of these people are. But a thinking person,
You'll be surprised.
he would have known, okay, he's engaged in these criminal activities. He's having these pretty public parties with a lot of rumors and hearsay going on about what's going on in the kind of after party, after 1 or 2 a.m. People ended up in the hospital, them beating the crap out of women and threatening people and all that. You would assume, hey, they got to be orbiting around you waiting for you to mess up. They know you have enough money to make things go away.
You would assume.
They know most of the time, if you're a billionaire, you can just settle, and make these problems go away. Which he did at first. He did have some settlements. But he did not.
He had a lot of settlements. Just to keep things out of the media, and pay people off that were unofficial settlements. Allegedly pay people off after assaulting them, giving them $10,000 and saying, "Go on your way, don't say nothing." Very dark. Cena said, "Thank you, brother, and I hope and pray for you and pray for your family safety. Infinity. Thank you. Even though I am not so religious, but we must trust truth and good energy. And as people say, God. Gotcha, Cena. I love your energy, Cena. Big W to Cena. Thank you so much for your support and your kindness."
Settle with Jones. And somebody gave him bad advice. Well, if you keep settling, they're all going to come after you. You're going to have to do all these settlements. Well, he picked the wrong person not to settle with because he had receipts. And that's going to be his undoing. Unless one or both of them suicides themselves, I don't see him getting out of this. And he should have. And maybe he did. He got a lot of things out of his name. That's what he's claiming anyway. And they're not going to get sugar honey iced tea, he says. How truthful is he being, or is he doing this
sugar honey iced tea? I love that. Sugar honey iced tea. They ain't getting shit. Oh wow, that's funny. Sugar honey iced tea. Wow. Is that the name of Lotto's new album? Zach, check on that. You said read your comments. I read your comments. Asina said, "Okay, it's near sunrise. I should sleep, but I have difficult situations. Good day and good night. Everyone, peace out, brothers." You too, Cena. Thank you so much for joining us. Blessings to you and blessings to Unite. Thank you so much. You can watch this later if you ever want to, but it'll be up. It'll be up live. Zach says, yes, it is. It's called Sugar Honey Iced Tea. That is, I actually like that name, even though I can't stand Lotto. But yeah, Sugar S-H-I. Wow. That's so funny. Wait, hold on. I'm clicking this, trying to play the video, but I have to play this.
Post that you mentioned that people get delusional when they're in jail and they think they're the kingpin and they're not. Really, nothing was in your name. I think if anything's were, didn't he sue a liquor company like in December about his vodka? That's something you don't do, by the way. You're in Hollywood or the music industry and you want to go, is that map on there? It is. Oh, well,
That's
when you had us on the side, you can see it. It's to the the left of that green map, that's all about Seagrams and McCain and Samuels and all that racket ties to the Lincoln Project, which then ties back to Jeffrey. Like, all these things are a giant spider web. You do not go after liquor cook giants. Like, that's
don't do
all organized crime, dumbass.
For real. That was so
Almost
dumb of him.
10% owned by BlackRock.
Everything is, though.
BlackRock is so
BlackRock and
disturbing.
Vanguard are giant holding companies for brokerage firms, so they're going to have a stake in everything. But if you look at the history of a lot of these liquor companies, Seagram's in particular, it's pretty shady, and it got that way because of American prohibition on alcohol. And it's a long story, but same thing happened in Russia because they had their own prohibition, and it also created black markets, and so they cornered it. And like, we can go over names, but it doesn't really add much. I mean, just saying, look, you don't, even if you're a billionaire, like, why did you do that? How greedy are you? Why would
so
you
crazy.
sue? Don't bite the hand that feeds.
Don't
Like,
bite
these
the hand that
people,
feeds you.
you think you're something, you can go after liquor giants?
What's up,
Like,
Gordon?
what's next? You gonna sue Big Oil? Stupid.
End up under a
Yeah,
rig.
market cap 55 billion British pounds. That
Yeah.
is.
We're almost done, you guys.
If
Almost
viewers want to
done.
watch, I did an hour analysis on Diageo, BlackRock, and Diddy and the lawsuit. There's a P. Diddy playlist in the description box on YouTube that's
You
got
better
some
think,
good
Beyonce.
stuff in it, including that video, so check it
Point
out.
being, it was
We
in
don't be
his
having
name.
a podcast no more.
Sirac or whatever it was, so
I'm doing good, Gordon.
not everything's
How are
not
you?
in his name.
Yeah, we've got 4,500 watching live, making this one of the biggest streams of the year. Please don't forget to support Ryan on Twitter at RYLiberty.
Make sure you
And
like the live,
check
you
out his
guys.
shop. The stuff is insane. You
Please
will
like
laugh
the
your
live.
heads off at some of the
Yeah.
t-shirts. And,
I'd show you, but we're on YouTube.
yeah, we don't want to give. When things are going good, we don't want to give the enemy anything to weaponize. Because believe me, they are watching. Let's go to the next snippet. Here we go.
I hope Lindsey Graham's hate watching why he shaves his legs.
Oop.
Justin said, what should he do about his whip, though?
This part.
Just to say, what should he do about his whip?
Justin.
though? Is that what he
The
said?
son,
They say
Justin.
window or whip, though?
His whip,
Whip
though.
as in ride? I'll play it again.
Justin said, what should he do about his whip, though?
Just to say, what should he do about his whip, though?
Justin said, what should he do about his whip, though, his car? Which Justin, his brother, Christian's brother Justin, what should he do about his whip, his Bentley that's now being repossessed because he hasn't paid it in a year?
Doesn't that mean ride?
Yeah, whip's a ride. I think he gifted him a Lambo or a Ferrari or
It's
something
a,
like that.
it's a Bentley.
I
Okay.
think he was asking.
Gordon said, I just want to say that you're the best streamer in the world. I love you so much and want you to be on the top best streamers in the world. Thank you so much, Braden. Thank you so much, Gordon. That's so kind of you. W. Gordon, look at those kind words. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you for the love. I really need that. Thank you.
A Lambo. Anyway, we can look up what car he has.
Bentley.
All right, let's keep going with this one.
Justin said, what should he do about his whip, though? Man, the f*** is you talking about? You don't see the shit I'm dealing with right now?
So who's the he? Is he talking about
He
Jay?
said, the F is you talking about?
Sound like he said Justin, but
He
he
said,
got
you don't
mad at him
see.
there. And this, like, when the first question I said, what did a cop put him up to that? Why is he asking about the lawsuits? And why is he asking about this particular person's car? And of course, Diddy smartly says, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's like they got to his son, man. Dang, that's cold. That or his kid is just retarded.
Ooh, I was trying to,
Dogs like me.
I was trying to skip that part.
Your son turn on you.
Whip dog.
I tried to skip that part.
So you say whip dog, like dogs like me.
But he's
Slang.
right. Dang.
What up,
Yeah.
dog?
Whips a ride.
Black and dog.
Whew.
All right, let me keep going.
I
with
tried
this
to
one.
skip that
There we
part.
go. I'll start again from the
But
beginning.
yes, Christian is giving.
Justin said, what should he do about his whip, though? Man, the f*** is you talking about? You don't see the shit I'm dealing with right now? I know, Bob. I told this dude that, hey, yo, check this out. Tell his light-skinned ass to go make a club appearance or something.
Tell his light-skinned ass to go make a club appearance
He
or something.
said, F that car. You see what I'm going through?
Yeah.
Tell his light-skinned yacht to go make a club appearance, make some money, buy his own damn car. He's 30 years old.
sounded like he said, yeah, he's asking about his whip dog, and then he says, he gets mad and says, I don't know what he's talking about. Do you have
Thank
any
you, Gordon.
freaking problems I have right now? I don't need to be worried about that. And he said, tell him his ass to go make a club appearance. Like he'd make enough money right there.
This is
to
real,
get
y'all.
another car.
This has got to be real.
It just seems like he's setting him up. It's like, talk about Justin. You know, it just seems like such a setup. Why would you be talking about Justin? It's like, he needs to tell his kid, who? Shut up about that. We're on a jail phone, idiot.
They're saying that Justin,
You know, if
his
anything
son
happens, I'm
Justin
here.
owes
Thank
money
you,
on his
Gordon.
car. He hasn't made a payment in a year. That's what some people are saying in the chat.
Okay, well,
He hasn't made a payment in a
that's
whole
his
year.
son's name. Like, if that's Bieber, you're really dumb. But yeah, okay, so his brother or something saying it. That's what he's doing.
Oh,
I don't care, tell
he
him
thought
to make
originally it was
club
about the
appearance.
Lambo
It's
that
light
Bieber
skin.
got.
Yes. One
One
of
of
the
his,
high yellow children. All right, that's
one of his
mystery
high
solved.
yellow children he had that
That's
doesn't
all
look
it is.
anything
That's
like him.
less stupid than he's just talking about his brother.
Let's second it.
To make some money, you're 30 years old and shit. Hey, you own fucking car.
He's 30 years old and he should be owning a car. Was that?
Get your own effing car. He said, you're 30 years old, get your own effing car.
It's his son he's talking about. They're saying in the chat.
Wow.
Probably got a supercar.
11. All right, let's get rid of that one and get on to the next one. So please put your questions in the chat. For Ryan, we are
But
analyzing.
Your dad's a billionaire, but I mean, he could just give you a car.
That's a good point.
Of course, you should earn it yourself by 30 years old.
This is
but
the last one, you
I
guys. The
mean, your
last part of the
father's
clip.
P. Diddy. He probably has plenty of cars, you think. What a petty thing to be discussing on the precious minutes you have on a jail call, you know?
Crazy.
I'm going to go to the next one. Here we go. Let's go
I'll be on
23
tonight. Yep,
seconds
I'll be
this
on.
one.
I told them drop some music. I'm about to drop a new track this week. Everybody gonna want to hear what my sound like. Man, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, he said
Did
he was
you
going to
hear
drop
that?
a new track this week, and he says, "Man, do not do that."
Don't do that, SH.
Yeah.
His music's terrible already, but
Do you think that could cause legal problems for him? Is that why?
how conceited is that? Your dad's in prison or in jail for the craziest crimes ever, and you're saying you told your brother to go make some music. I think that's gonna make enough money to pay for your Bentley when you guys both are bad musicians. And even if you're the best musician, music streaming makes hardly any money at all. Takes forever to make that money, first of all. Crazy, right? Music streaming makes like pennies. It's so hard. It's so hard to make money on music nowadays. Then he said he's gonna be he about to release a track soon, and then you'll hear in a second that he's want to release it because of all the publicity that's going on. Like this is insane. Like his son is actually the R word that he said. I hate. I wasn't trying not to have that word in here, but he is that. He is what he said. So let's keep going.
Saying it?
It wouldn't. It causes reputation problems for sure. I'm not sure what is illegal about his son
Where did Diddy get all his
dropping a
money?
track. Just depending
Illegal
on whether or
things.
not he's contracted to someone else or whatever. It's
Yeah,
the only
Gordon,
way
you
he
can
could
play.
be illegal. But he sounds like he doesn't have the most confidence in his kid.
Because your lawyer tells you right away to keep your mouth shut. Tell your family members to keep your mouth shut. But conversely, this is one of the biggest stories in the world right now. If his kids were dropping tracks, they would.
Well, a lot of their music is like a diary. That's the problem. Like they brag about crap they did in their songs and
Yeah.
go, "Oh, it's just a song."
That's the part. They brag
So
about
it's
it.
evidence.
Could
Well,
don't give them metadata either. You know why? Just lay low.
Yeah, lay the F low.
You all need to stay quiet. I can rap though. You got attention right now.
stay quiet, Pop. It's a wrap. We got attention right now.
That's crazy to
What
say
a
that.
greedy bastard. It's
He's
like,
so
hey,
greedy.
You're
Oh
in
my
jail. I
gosh.
can use this to my advantage.
That's so
His own
wild
son.
to me. His son is
His own
terrible, but he
son.
deserves this. He deserves it.
Wow.
Diddy
Father,
deserves a
that's
bad
something he
son.
would have done, you know? So.
He would have done the same. That's so true. So
But
true.
it's this first time I'm hearing this, by the way, and it's as I thought. It's he's like, hey, lay low.
Dang, can't
You
believe
need to
it.
be laying low. Don't be doing that.
What's up, Tammy?
He's like, yeah, but we got attention. Now's the time to drop a track, get some more
Ooh.
money.
Can't believe you thought.
Unbelievable.
Mo monies.
Hey, Tammy, I remember you.
I can't imagine saying that to my dad. If my dad was in jail, I'm like, hey, I'm going to use this to get...
And he's
I
facing
can use this to
life.
get more publicity.
He's
Wow.
facing life.
I'm
Might as well
almost
have had
going.
daughters.
Thank you so much, Tammy. I
Wow.
appreciate you.
All right, let me keep going. Somewhere was I? Here we go.
Man, just do what I told you to do. And don't forget about the list. Make sure that shit is fucking signed. Alright.
So did he say don't
So
forget
do
about
what
the
the
list?
F I told you
Make
to
sure
do.
it's signed?
Don't forget about the list and make sure it's signed.
Do what I told you to do and don't forget about the list.
Dang.
Make sure it's
That's the
signed.
starships are meant to fly.
Do you want to hear that one again? It's a
I'll
bit
invite my friend. Thank you so
ambiguous,
much,
isn't it?
Tammy.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's hear it. Make sure that's what it was.
I told you to do. And don't forget about the list. Make sure that shit is fucking signed. Alright.
Make sure that something is signed. That effing
That's
something.
There's probably a list of non-disclosure agreements.
That's the last tape,
Hush
y'all.
money to everybody, make them shut up.
It could be
Everyone who been
that.
quiet already.
It could be hush money for
you know,
the
you need to
people
go
who
be
haven't talked
making
yet.
deals. That's probably something Jay was supposed to do and didn't, or maybe he did, but he's not giving any
It
contact.
could be a lot of things.
So what else would the list be that they would sign? You don't get a blackmail list and be like, oh, by the way, sign
Diddy
here.
probably wishes he had
But,
Rose for right now. Oh my
a
god.
hush list for victims. That makes more sense. That's just my speculation. Seconds after hearing it, I'm gonna put all this together and analyze it after the show.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Okay, great. Perhaps we can get you on for further ruminations.
Yeah.
I know these came out, but like I've been covering the Middle East conflict. I did a
Yeah, that's all of them. That's all the tapes. They go on for more. This is a 4-hour long live, so of course we're not going to go through the whole 4 hours. But y'all, please follow Sean Atwood to hear the rest of it. I actually did listen to the 4 hours, I'm not going to lie. Throughout the day, I listened to this entire live stream. It was 4 hours and 36 minutes long. And so I'm not going to lie, I did listen to this whole thing. But this is his channel right here. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, everything. I'm gonna tell him amazing work. Amazing work. Thanks for the great show. Okay, cool. I just have to support him because he's really doing good things. But yeah, so please follow Sean Atwood. He has 897,000 followers. That's amazing. I can't wait to one day get in there. Rock lives Diddy drama. No, I don't. I just think it's very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Tomorrow we're going to talk about we're going to discuss some of the Abercrombie and Fitch kind of situations. That one we're going to do I'm going to share my screen and do a video so y'all can see who I'm talking about. Diddy, you already know, and this is more of a phone call I want y'all to hear, and it's not as much visual for this situation, but tomorrow we will make it more visual. But yeah, this is wow. Like, do y'all believe that video? I mean, it's hard to, like, when people say it's AI, I'm like, I don't think people understand that. Like, AI can do a lot, but that's too detailed. Like, this is too, it's too much emotion. Like, there's too much, like, ups and downs in the patterns of the voices, and this is real to me. This feels like it's real. I'm not saying I don't think this is AI at all. If it does come out as that, then I think they'll probably lie and say like, oh, that's AI, that's fake. Just to try to save face, but I think it's real. The same way I really do believe that the Ken Porter book, for the most part, is real. Zach said, get on for it right now. No break, 5 minutes max to get ready. Oh my God, Zach, I just sat here for 94 minutes. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So anyways, thank y'all for your support. I hope Diddy stays in prison forever. His son is a dumb B word. Like, is he serious? Like, nah, Dad, I'm about to release a rap. Everybody's looking at us right now. That's something he would say. All this is something that he would say and that he would do. He told his son to go do some club appearances to pay his car off. Said, you sat not on live for 4 hours either. Yeah, but I had to do stuff for my car at that time. But anyways, you guys, I gotta go. Rock on, Mercuryans. I'll see y'all later on. Thank you for your support. This was wild. This was wild. So we'll be talking more tomorrow. Jackson F my car. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you for your support. Diddy's going down. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. Let's do it. So y'all, the question today was, should Diddy's son Christian be arrested? 77% of y'all said yes. 23% of y'all said no. So hey. All right, cool. I did my reaction picture. I think yes, obviously, but yeah, this is something else, y'all. So rock on, Mercury. I'll see y'all on the next live. Thank you so much for your support, and we're gonna. This is crazy. This is a crazy situation. So I like doing it this way for this one. We don't do it all the time, but I like to know that we can talk about drama in the vertical form as well. So all right, see y'all soon. Thank you for everybody's support. Bye. Rock on, Mercuryans.